China, of course, has become one of the lead economies and centers of innovation of the world. None of it means that the United States likes it or accepts it right now. So psychologically, the U.S. is having a very hard time and it's trying to hold on to its dominance. But that's just not possible in a world of diverse talents, skills, innovation, economy, when the U.S. is just 4% of the world population.
This is the latest findings from the Australian Strategic Policy Institute, nicknamed ASPI, who conducted a year-long project and found that China now leads in 37 of 44 technologies that are going to be vital for the future of our world.
International relations realists sometimes think that China's rise is detrimental to the United States. It's a different mindset. I think it's a dangerous mindset, actually, to think in that way because it almost inevitably leads to confrontation and the real chance of deadly conflict. Everybody can benefit from the advancement of know-how and technology and scientific understanding.
China now leads in fields such as electric batteries, hypersonics, and advanced radio communications.
China showed up on the scenes as a large, successful economy that for 40 years plus since 1980 has been one of the most dynamic parts of the world economy, and now at the cutting edge of many leading technologies. And I think the United States political class resents this, is fearful of it. The geostrategists who think in terms of zero-sum struggles think that China's advances to the detriment of the United States. Again, a mindset I don't believe and don't accept and think is actually a very dangerous one.
For some technologies, all of the world's top 10 leading research institutions are based in China and are collectively generating 9 times more high-impact research papers than the second-rate country, which is most often the United States.
I think that it needs to be overcome through systematic dialogue, negotiation, hammering out solutions where there are real differences, not the shouting, the finger-pointing, the kind of hysteria. But I see China's recovering a natural position as one of the world leaders in innovation and technology. And from my point of view, that's all to the good. It's not gimmickry that brought China to its current prosperity. It is heavy investments, large scale, over a long period with good planning, good public administration, and educating generations of Chinese young people in skills, in scientific capacity, and so on.
Chinese Academy of Sciences ranked first or second in most of the 44 technologies that were tracked in this report. But this dominant lead by China shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. In fact, this has all been part of a deliberate plan of strategic planning by Xi Jinping and his predecessors.
The anti-China feeling, has tried to destroy a lot of Chinese companies in recent years. Huawei, another one that was hard hit but is finding its way around the U.S. Sanctions regime. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope that Congress calms down. I hope that all of the U.S. Geopolitics directed at China calms down. We need dialogue, discussion.
By 2030, China will have 81 million fewer workers than in 2015. But once again, and this is important to understand, China knew this and saw it coming. It's why Xi Jinping and his predecessors for many years have focused on shifting China away from being a manufacturer and instead learning to become the world leader in innovation.
The U.S. is not and cannot be the global hegemon, meaning it can't be the country that runs the world. The U.S. is 4% of the world. There's a lot of talent, creativity, and desire for sovereignty and for a say in world affairs all over the world. So the U.S. is not the world hegemon, but it needs, at the political level, to get its head around that reality, to have a foreign policy not based on arrogance or illusion, but based on an interconnected world and the need for cooperation and peace. And I think it's possible to have that. The U.S. can be quite successful in such a world. This is a question of the U.S. accepting the principle that we have a multipolar world and that we should make it work properly.